Often I've heard people talk about a moment when they first became aware of the climate crisis. A bigger realization for me was that I had to be the one to do something about it.
We are probably all aware that the climate science is undeniable.
People are dying. Children are starving. Families are fleeing their homes.
I joined out of a deep sense of anger and despair with those in power who have known, as we know, for decades about the risks of the climate crisis.
If we don't force change now, we're condoning a government that is actively planning the deaths of hundreds of millions of people.
We're very much pro Extinction Rebellion and Just Stop Oil and their demands of moving away from fossil fuels.
The latest IPCC report has undoubtedly demonstrated that only swift and drastic action can avert irrevocable damage to the world.
If we continue fishing our oceans at the rate we are, then we will end up with fishless oceans as early as 2050.
And the long and short of it is, if we don't act now, we're fucked.
I think it's really important that we highlight these facts and findings to underline the urgency of the situation.
And we're demanding that the UK government ends all new fossil fuel projects and licences.
And the second demand is to set up emergency citizens' assemblies to let the people decide to end the fossil fuel era quickly and fairly.
But we're done asking politely. Now we're demanding a right to life on Earth.
They have till Monday at 5 p.m. to agree.
If we don't force change now, we're accepting a future filled with storms, wildfires, floods, drought, crop failure, famine, and war.
If they do not give a response, we will all step up our campaigns.
We have a plant-based universities campaign where we're helping universities to transition to fully plant-based. We'll also be doing open rescues of animals, where we'll be bringing animals away from factory farms and slaughterhouses into safety. We know that meat and dairy are also a leading cause of emissions, but they're also an immense land use issue. You can rewild vast amounts of land.
I'm fed up of being ignored when it's my future that's at stake.
We will all gather en masse around Parliament to find out what their response is to the demands.
It's why we need everyone on the streets of the big one this weekend. Everyone with any love, empathy, and common sense.
Fantastic and inspirational talk by Phoebe. People are suffering, people are dying, and these are all people from poor backgrounds that we even had to work together to support them with GoFundMe accounts for disaster relief.
The power of modern revolution that we are all constantly online.